عن علي بن ابي طالب رضي الله تعالى عنه قال كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم عن علي بن ابي طالب رضي الله تعالى عنه قال كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ليس بالطويل ولا بالقصير رحم الراس ولحية شد الكفين مش مرة ضخم ضخم القراديس طويلة مسروبة.
Yeah, so you got Laysa, you got it. Just follow Laysa بالطويل وبالكثير ضخم. So it will be طويل. All is عطف. ضخم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسول الكريم. ضخم الكراديس شتن الكفين والقدمين مشربا حمرة ضخم القراديس right. Dus ضخم القراديس طويل المسربة right. Carry on.
تكفؤا كأنما حس من صبر لم أرى قبله ولا بعده له الله عليه وسلم لا رواه الترمذي قال هذا
Okay, بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
التحيات لله صلوات وطيبات التحيات
وعن علي بن أبي طالب قال كان الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم ليس بالطويل ولا بالقصير. I'll try to, inshallah, give a translation as I'm reading it, but then we look into the Shara and give the detailed explanation. So this we done before. ليس بالطويل ولا بالقصير. He was not very tall, and from other riwayat, in fact, the next riwayat coming, he's not out like I said, outstanding tall, ولا بالقصير, not very very short, right? Then you got the harakat here on ضخم, not no harakat in your kitab. Huh? You got the meme on the, I mean the fatah on the meme. And check look man's book there, you see. If you say, huh? You got all got fatha. Then if we take it to be in fatha, then we take it to be a hal. You see what I'm saying? Because otherwise, if you take it as dhamma, it's jumla musta'nifa, it's a new sentence. You know what I'm saying? You say, ليس بالطويل ولا بالقصير. You say, yeah, my kitab, you also got ضخم الرأس واللحية, etc. But as I said, if we take it fatha, then we will take it to be a hal. And if you say ضخم الرأس واللحية, then we take it to be a new sentence. جملة مستأنفة. Are you with me? Anyway, so you say you got fatah also. I got fatah. Yeah, so let's go with fatah. So ضخم الرأس واللحية. So not very very tall, not very very short. So ضخم الرأس واللحية means dense beard. He had thick hair. He had like a full head of hair. Not that his hair was falling out. شثن الكفين. He had fleshy كفين, palms and hands, right? Right. مشربا حمرة. مشربا حمرة. I told you before, this means whitish, reddish, not pale white. ضخم الكراديس. ضخم الكراديس means, like I told you, this is إضافة إلى التخصيص. الإضافة إلى التخصيص whether مضاف إليه comes in the meaning of صفة. Thick of joints, which means he had thick joints. طويل المسربة. Masruba refer to, some you see from here, if you see from your navel, then you have the hair that goes down, a thin line that goes down. So that line of hair that went down from below the navel downwards, that wasn't full of hair, it was just a thin line of hair, right? طويل المسربة إذا مشى تكفأ تكفؤا. When he used to walk, he used to, we've done this before. In fact, the next Ibarat explained, كَأَنَّمَا يَنْحَطُ مِنْ صَبَبٍ, as though he was descending from a high place. لَمْ أَرَ قَبْلَهُ وَلَا بَعْدَهُ, I never saw before him, and before I saw Nabi Sallam, وَلَمْ أَرَ بَعْدَهُ, and either after him. I was after I saw Nabi Sallam, I never seen anybody مثله, like him in beauty. Everything was in perfect harmony. There was in his between his limbs, right? Everything was in proportion. Sallallahu alayhi wasallam. May Allah's blessing be upon him. رواه الترمذي, Imam Tirmidhi nowadays is riwayat, وقال هذا حديث حسن صحيح, and he says this is a Hasan Sahih hadith. We did discuss a little bit before this terminology of Imam Tirmidhi. Right. So I tell you, this word here, I tell you, mashruban humratan. I tell you, mushraban humratan. I tell you, reddish, whitish. There's a mixture, which is a beautiful color. In fact, it means a mixture between two colors. Al-Qaradis is a jam of Firdaus. Interesting here. Paradis refer to that joint which is bone on bone, like you got two bones together, right? So that with the two bones that are joined together. So what it means here is Azimul A'da'i. His joints were strong, they were firm. It wasn't like a frail, weak person. He had strong joints, powerful joints. In hatta yanhatu, to come down. That's why you see you speak about inhitat, means like for something to come from a high place down. لماذا ينحط أمة محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم من سبب, to come from a high place down to a low place. تكفأ تكفأ يتفعل يتفعل تكفأ يتكفأ تكفأ يتكفأ is actually this كأنما ينحط من سبب لم أر قبله ولا كأنما ينحط من سبب is a tafsir of تكفأ يتكفأ. Are you with me? Also, he mentions when the ship starts moving after stopping, this is also referred to as takaffu'an. Okay, the next hadith is quite a lengthy hadith and has quite a few new words. Read it. What we'll do, I think we will. Okay, those words we know we'll translate, and those that has a bit of explanation, we'll wait for the shara for that, right? So Bismillah, read. We finish one hadith. We might just go later and see if it's clear. When it's not clear, just know, inshallah. Yeah, so see, follow there. وأنه was a previous Rawi as Ali. So that one Aliyin, right? Follow. And the father is Ali. يعني كان إذا وصف النبي, when he used to, when Ali رضي الله عنه used to describe Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to give a physical description, right? Knowing the physical description of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, rehearsing it, mentioning it is a means of barakah. What is it said? Goes like in the dhikr salihin, at the mentioning of the pious people, and imagine who's more pious than Nabi Sallam. Even mention, that's why it does, you can even give a whole bayan upon this. Like you know how the ulama always tell it. You know everything about everybody, you know the actors, you know the names, you know the soccer players, follow the UEFA. You follow soccer, you don't follow soccer. You follow in the you know the soccer players, you know how much. And the worst thing is when the people say we and you, that then I laugh. You know, when they say, if, for example, one guy is a supporter of United and the other guy is a supporter of Liverpool, you say, we beat you, young. Hey, your team lost. You refer to we, that man don't even know you exist. That man, he doesn't even care if you exist. That guy, that team doesn't care if you go to Jahannam. But hey, we won. We scored 3 goals. But that way I don't even know you exist. But you say we. That I find hilarious. I find it totally hilarious. You refer to me as we, but you don't know you exist. But anyway, so the ulama always say, like when they give their talks, that you know about the players, you know about the actors, everything. But our beloved Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam that used to cry for us, etc. We don't know his physical description. We don't know how he look. So you can give a whole bayan upon this. You want Juma, you don't have to speak anything about else. Just you take like this next hadith is a lengthy hadith, then you explain it. Or even maybe like you do, like you do talim in it. Like sometime in the masjid, you have a program after Asr, after Maghrib, you speak about the Shama'il of Nabi Sallam. You're going to do Shama'il also, inshallah. We'll do it, maybe we'll start it next year. There's more detailed in this, all the descriptions of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. We'll put it online also, inshallah. Anyway, so so as Ali said, so that is so the point I was making. It is also something which is a means of benediction. It is a means of blessing. It is a means of getting barakah in your life, because I mean in the dhikr الصالحين تتنزل البركة, right? So إذا وصف النبي لم يكن بالطويل ممغطي. He was ممغط, yeah, with you have a dhamma on the meme and then a Fatha, or the first meme is a Dhamma, and the second meme is a Fatha. So, yeah, Mumakhat means he was not very, very tall, like how in English say lanky, wala bil qasiril mutaraddadi. When I read it, and if you got a different ibarat in your kitab, please point it out to me. I want to see if there's some difference, whatever. Right. And that was a very, very short. Kana rab'atan min al-qawmi. He was, it's a medium of the height from amongst. I give you the literal translation. He was medium from the people. That was, if you look at the average person, he was medium height, right? And obviously everything in moderation, it looks beautiful. It's too, like I always say in English, even too much of a good thing is not good. Too much of a good thing is not good, right? ولم يكن بالجعد القطط. We done this word before. Both جعد and قطط both refer to be curly, and yet it's used as like موصوف even. It was not excessively curly. ولا بالسبط, and neither was it very, very straight. So from what you understand here, that Nabi also maybe had curly hair, his head had curls, but it was not like, in Arabic we speak about very curly hair from Africa. What they refer to in the hadith, what they call it, like raisins in the hadith, when they speak about very, very curly hair, like African hair, is referred to as raisins. So his hair wasn't like, you'll see that. And also a person from Africa, they call him Zanji. What do they call him? Zanji. Like they did one hadith. We done it in the chapter well, when the Zanji fell in the well of Zamzam, remember? So it was not like totally like you can say totally like raisin, so to say, according to the words of hadith. وَلَا بِسَبْدِ كَانَ جَعْدًا رَجِلًا. So I was telling you, جَعْدًا رَجِلًا means it was like curly. So it had curls, beautiful locks, curls. Especially, you know what? When the hair is very short, then it doesn't show the curls, right? But when it gets a bit long, then it shows those lovely curls, right? Right. Then وَلَمْ يَكُنْ بِالْمُطَهَّمِ ولم يكن رأيت المطهم ولا بالمكلثم. Okay, mutaham. These, I don't know if you ever done this before. There's certain words which they are called from the azdad. As it can have both opposite meanings. You ever done that anyway in people? It depends from the context. It's called from the azdad. So it could refer to being very fleshy or be very skinny. You understand what I'm saying? So if you look at the context here, lam yakun bil mutahhami. He was not very fleshy and he was not very skinny. He was in between, right? And al mukalsami, it means wala bil mukalsami means, so lam yakun bil mutahhami, he was not very fleshy, like how we say chubby cheeks, very, very chubby. Wala bil mukalsami, and he was not also, you can say mukalsam. His face was not very round. not like a chubby guy, chubby cheeks, chubby chickens around. وكان في الوجه تدوير أبيض مشرب. So in his face there was like, you say وكان في الوجه تدوير دائرة مستدير, a roundness, but not exactly round, but a roundness, right? مشرب, sorry, أبيض مشرب. Again, أبيض مشرب. That's what we done previously. I tell you, أبيض whitish and مشرب reddish, right? That is, we told you. Also, in other words, is referred to as مليح or مليحة. أدهج العينين means أسعد العينين, أسعد العينين مع سئتهما. Big thing that وحور عين, big white eyes, and with a big contrast, like with a great contrast, white and black. So it looks very beautiful. This was a sifate matluba amongst the Arabs, right? That's what it always is. Ajul aynain, right? Ah, ahdabul ashrafi. Ahdab means long. See what you got? Loud? Sorry, ashfar. I got it wrong. Jazakallah. Ahdabul ashfari. Ahdab means long, and ashfar is eyelashes. So to have lovely, long, beautiful eyelashes, that is also sifate mamduha, right? That is why you see the people got all those fake eyelashes and all that stuff. But one day we'll discuss the masla of that also. If you want to have lovely, just why we're discussing this here, if you want to have nice long hair, you must drink this collagen. You know, you get this fish marine collagen. It works like a bomb, I tell you, for your hair. Those people's hair is falling out and you have pains in your joints, in your knees, and all that stuff. You just have one glass of that marine collagen. It's about expensive, it's about $400 for that thing. But you're gonna have like lovely long hair. I promise you, it works like a bomb. You must try it out. Your hair start falling out or anything, you must try it, inshallah. That thing works so good. I just tell you, maybe before I need to cut the hair in my nose every 4 weeks, but now every second week I have to cut the hair in my nose because it stimulates your hair growth so much. So it works like very, very good. Even for the ladies, if their hair is falling out, it works very, very good. And even better, that's a marine collagen. But if you can get the halal gelatin collagen, even better than that. If you can get the halal one, because fish is most obviously you don't have to be slaughtered. But if you get the halal collagen there, or you make your own, take the bones, you boil it, and you make it collagen, very, very good. Right? Jalil. And so the next one is there. I was telling you. So Ahdabul Ashfari, Jalilul Mushashi. Jalil means big, powerful. So you say Allah Ta'ala is Jalil. Jalilu Qadari, Rafi'ul Dhikri. You know, you must have heard it good, right? Al Mushashi refer to bones. So he has strong bones. Like I told you, in a man to be strong, it's a sifate matluba. You know, to not to be frail, to be weak. So slightly big head, strong bones, firm flesh, firm joints, all of these type of things, right? Right. So Shadidul Mushashi, and what you got there? Wal Kadiri. What's the word you got after there? Mine is about smudge. What you got after that? Before Ajrad. Huh? Jazakallah. Katadi. Katadi. So then it will be Jalilul Mushashi wal Katidi or Katadi.
I explained this yesterday.
That's also referred to joints and that type of thing. Ajrad, remember Ajrad? We done this word about the people of Jannah, Jurdun Murdun. That is why it means free of hair. So Nabi Sallallahu was not very, very hairy, right? Dhu Masrubatin. I tell you, Masruba means that line that comes like this, ne? Sorry, I got cutted wrong there. I gave you the wrong translation. Cutted refer to the area between the two shoulders. There we done it in the other hadith. وَأَيْدَ مَا بَيْنَ مَنْكِبَيْهِ وَأَيْدَ مَا بَيْنَ مَنْكِبَيْهِ. The distance was between the two shoulders. So that means that's also referred to that day. So he says, Jalilul Katadi or Katidi. So he had broad shoulders. Even broad shoulders in the literal sense and in the figurative sense is good. When a person is like very tolerant, he doesn't get upset for small things. He doesn't get irritated. You say he's broad shouldered. Means he can carry things. He can stomach it. He can make the humble of it. Not that he get annoyed for every small thing, right? And obviously it's a sign also of strength. The sign of strength. Ajrad, I was telling you, Jurdun, Murdun, that is the sifat of, he wasn't very hairy, scary, etc. Dhu musrabatin. So it refers to this line of hair. I explained it wrong just now. In the previous hadith, sorry, actually, I said that the line of hair that starts from the navel. Was actually not the line of hair from the start. So Nabi Sallam's body, the whole body was not full of hair. It was, you can say, hairless, but here from the chest, he had a thin line of hair. Like you can say a pencil line. Like, when a person got a very thin beard, he cut his beard and he keeps a pencil beard. So he had like a pencil beard from the top till the navel. So here he's saying he had a beautiful, fine line of hair from the top. And this is called musraba. It's musrabatin, eh? What's it? Masrubatin, yeah. Masrubatin. Jazakallah. Masrubatin. So here it says here, remember this that when Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was in the care of Halima, the witness, then the angels, famous story, the angels came and then they cut open his chest, remember? And then they washed his heart in Zamzam, etc. Remember? So they say from that time, uh, that that line was there. Allah Ta'ala, that line started growing there. Right, the next one works. Yataqalla'u. Yataqalla'u. It's the next word they got there. Okay. Okay, we just Masrubatin al Kafran. Okay, we said Shahrul Kafaini wal Qadamaini, that he had fleshy palms and fleshy feet. Right? That wasn't, so to say, what's the right word? It wasn't scrawny. It's a sign of weakness, right? Right? إذا مشى يتقلع. If I must have something, please point out to me if I must have something. When he used to walk, يتقلع. يتقلع means, remember we done the kaffa yatakaffa'u. So yatakaffa means like walking from a high place to a low place. So here what he's saying, explaining the same thing. Walking from a high place to a low place is actually like you're walking with, like, how they say in English, you walk with a spring in your step. You're walking with like, you're not like half dead, gefrek, like you're half dying, sickly. So Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used to have a spring in his face. He used to have a spring in his step. He used to walk with, what do you say, chustagi ke saath. He used to walk like with the vigor, like, not like you are, like in general also, like a Muslim, there's a hadith also say that a Muslim is not a Muslim is a person who has a sense of purpose. Like you do things, you do it with vigor, you do it with valor. You're not like a half dead person, right? So there's also one explanation there that you should, and as I said, in some places it is um, explained as takaffa yatakaffa'u. You pick up your feet properly. That, like in English also, when you're delaying something, you say, this guy is dragging his feet. He's not getting down to it. And also physically, when you're feeling weak and you're lethargic, you drag your feet. Yeah, also, yeah, the Shareef say, you never used to walk like a woman that's dragging her feet with the chappals. And I told you, in certain hadith, it's explained as, takaffa'a yatakaffa'u. Then the interesting thing here also, the next right, كأنما يمشي في سبب, right? وإذا التفت التفت معا. When he is to face, turn, is to face you fully. This is something very, very interesting also. That when you speak to a person, then he turns and gives you full attention. He turns and he gives you full attention. So this is also something very, very important from the Sunnah, that when somebody speaks to you, come to see you, etc., etc., then give him your attention, show him is important. Don't like you're facing one direction, you're speaking to him, and maybe many of us are guilty of this, including myself. Maybe you're speaking to somebody, you're busy with your phone, etc., etc., right? So to sit face a person and give him your full attention and listen to him and what he say. There's one Jamaat brother, he told us that they went once to Gush to a rich person. So this person was very rich, etc. And then he told the brother, okay, you can speak, I'm just carry on, I'm gonna busy here with my laptop, my work, but I'm gonna be listening to you. You carry on speaking, whatever dawah you want to give, I'll listen to you, but I can listen and I can. So this Jamaat brother said, you know what? But they were from Joburg. He said, you know what? We go to people for gosh, it is 10 times richer than you, but they have the decency of listening to us when you speak. They don't carry on like you carry on. We go to people that's 10 times richer than you, but they have the courtesy of listening to us when we speak to them. So this comes to my mind here. See, when a person speaks to you, no matter who it is, face that person and listen to him and hear what he's got to say and make him feel important. That is also the sunnah. That is also the sunnah. Just another incident just come to my mind. I remember when we were in Madrasa Fridays, which used to be off. Fridays should be no Madrasa Friday because we have Madrasa. Then I remember our Mufti Saab used to sit from 8 o'clock in the masjid right till Jummah time. He used to sit there. So I had to go for him for some work. My cousin was coming to study, so we had to go look for a house. So when I went to meet him, he was busy with his reading his durood. But when I came there, he turned towards me. Oh, he didn't want to break his recitation. You met him, Mufti Saab, he came to the farm. So he turned and he faced me. So why done that? To show me, look here, I know you are here. Like, I know, don't worry, I'm going to speak to you now. I know you are here. That's what I'm saying. You could have seen me from the corner of his eye and he could have continued reading. In my mind, hey, the Mufti Sahib doesn't know I'm here, I'm waiting, I'm waiting. But by turning to me and facing me and he's facing me, he's reading like a student to me. He's showing, he's not saying, but he's showing, look here, I know you here. And let me just finish up, I want to speak to you. So that's also like, an adab, etiquette. So that's also a very important sunnah that when a person comes to speak to you, give him full attention. Don't you're playing with like today's day and age, say because you're playing with your phone and you're doing something else. No matter who he is, whether it's a poor person, whether it's a worker, whether it's a person lower than you, give him your attention. That is the sunnah of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Give me tawfiq first. See there? Wa idha iltafata ma'an. You face him fully and give him fully attention. Don't make him feel unimportant, right? So baina katifaihi khatamun nubuwati. Between his that's we done between his two shoulder blades was the seal of prophethood, right? وَهُوَ خَاتَمُ النَّبِيِّينَ, and he sallallahu alayhi wasallam was the seal of all the prophets, right? Um, then he said, أَجْوَدُ النَّاسِ صَدْرًا, most generous of people with regards to his heart. Like even in English, if a person is very generous, he's got a big heart, right? Big-hearted person. That is one of those. Remember that once somebody came to Nabi and said, give me. And then there's a whole valley of sheep. Go take it. So he said, I never see such a generous person in my life. And the person accepted Islam. Right? Asdaqun nasi lahjatan, most truthful of people in speech. So this is also very important, especially if you want to be an alim, you want to be in the field of da'wat and tabligh, etc. That's why Nabi Sallallahu when he said, if I tell you there's a cavalry that's want to attack you, will you believe me? Yes, we will believe you. Right? So lahjatan refer to speech, etc. Wa alyanuhum arikatan, right? Arikatan refer to here in this context your temperament. Your temperament. And I was this soft person. This is now like the opposite of la bifadhin wala ghalidhin wala sakhabin fil aswaki. Remember? وأكرمهم عشيرة. Ashiratan refer to, nice word in Arabic, is called male jol. Like your interaction with people, your interpersonal relationship, how you interact with people, how you deal with them, etc. Man ra'ahu badihatan habahu. Whoever would see him suddenly, habahu, would instill fear and like awe into him. That's why I told you, remember the Sahaba said we didn't have the audacity to look straight into the face of Rasulullah. وَمَنْ خَالَتَهُ مَعْرِفَةً أَحَبَّهُ. And whoever would mix with him to the point of knowing him, he would love him. يقول نائته, a person who described him said, نائته لم أرى قبله ولا بعده مثله صلى الله عليه وسلم. And wallahi, I never see before him and I never see after him anybody like him in his uniqueness, in his beauty, in his beautiful character. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us a tawfiq to practice upon these qualities and bring it into our life as well. Especially, I told you, remember I told you Allah that you need tawfiq first. If you want to be a da'i, you want people to benefit from the knowledge, the ulum that Allah has blessed with you, you must be approachable. You must be, that if I go to that Mulana now, he's going to shout me. If I go to that Mulana, like once, I took my daughter to the dentist. So the dentist was, he's a Musalli of one of the masjid here, but he was just joking. Right? So he's telling my daughter, hey, I better treat you nicely because I don't treat you nicely. Your father going to shout me from the member next week. so, so you mustn't just have that reputation that you're shouting people and you're banging people. Also, I told you, sometimes you see somebody, how are you? How's your mother? How's your father? How are you keeping? Are you well? Not every time when you see this, the scholar's going to say, hey, why? This is wrong. This is right. Why are you doing this? Why are you not doing that? Sometimes you also speak other things. So to show that, look, I'm not only here to bang you. I'm not only here to shout at you. I'm also a human being. And I also want, care about you, etc. Anyway, we're going to switch to Hidayah now.